typically in a normal world, we go to another school. Typically it's Oxford High School usually hosts because they have a really beautiful performing arts center, so it's a very good place to host. And the kids would normally travel by school bus, usually on an afternoon, and we would go and take 3 pieces of band music to perform for 3 judges. And parents can go, and so everyone sits in the auditorium, the lights dim, and I can kind of talk to the kids about this. Sorry, my husband just sent me a picture of the YouTube. I see you. Okay, cool. All right, now you heard me say that. Okay, so anyway, and then the lights go down, and all you see is just 3 lamps in the back, and those are the judges sitting there with paper, and they're writing how the kids are doing, and then they give us some sheets, and we take them back home, and they give us a score. 1 being like getting an A, 2 getting like a B, and all the way down to a 5. Often we bring home 1s, and so that's super exciting. But this year we don't get to go, but they're still doing a virtual band festival. However, the rules are a little bit different. We only have to do 2 pieces instead of 3, so we have 2 pieces for you tonight. And then the other part to sight reading that's not happening this year is called sight reading. And so what the kids do in the sight reading, it's a separate room at Oxford High School, usually their band room, and we go in there and they're given a piece of music, a big full piece of music that they've never seen before. And we get 5 minutes to look it over, we can count it, we can sing it, we can do anything but play our instruments. And then at the end of the 5 minutes, we have to perform this piece of music for another judge. And so that is not part of sight reading this year because we can't really do that, but we're going to do it for you tonight. And I also have a current judge in our state that is watching right now, and he will be calling us at the end here, and I'm going to put him on the microphone, and he's going to give the kids some feedback after they're done performing also today. So without further ado, we're going to get into festival mode. So the first piece we're going to play for you is called March Zuma. And I am just going to do a couple little checks really quick on a couple spots before we run it. So hopefully you guys don't. So we're just going to go really far away from you. So we're just going to start it, and then I'm going to just touch a couple spots, okay? All right, here we go. So don't worry, we're not in performance mode, but just start it out for me, okay? Together. I can't get them together during the school day because the band room's not big enough to socially distance. So anyway. Okay. A little bit. 1, 2, 3. It's like got 3 different sections. It starts out kind of up tempo, and then there's a section in the middle that's slow and pretty, and then the tempo goes up tempo again. So I want to check one little spot before we run it, and that's going to be at 31. Kids, can you go to 31? And actually, we start at 21. Medallion Overture. Percussion. Like with everything let's go on Zoom. Now let's be back in school. Now let's do this. And they're doing so well for everything that's been thrown at them. I'm just really proud of them. And like, usually I put there's 2 different hours sitting here, and usually we rehearse together before we do a concert. We couldn't, so I told the cameras we might have to play things a couple times, well, we don't. Like, it was done really good. So, all right, we're going to move to our sight reading portion. Sure. So this is kind of like exactly, I'm trying to replicate it for them so they know exactly what it would look like if we were doing it for real. So after we would perform our pieces out on stage, we would go to a separate room. They would receive these envelopes from workers at Oxford. Today my colleagues are going to help me out. Go ahead and take the music out of the envelope and pass it to your section and put it face down on your stand, please. You should have a piece called American Spirit March. Raise your hand if you do not have a piece called American Spirit. Will you please turn it over and look to make sure you have the correct part? Like if you are vegan, you should have travel flat. If you are the other Americans, you should have face flat. Did I just do that? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Sorry. What did I do? Did I have one trouble flat? I only have one trouble flat. The other 2 are base flat. That's okay. All right. All right, Mrs. Harrington has the rules. I've never even read you the rules before. I just told you the rules. But we'll have the rules read tonight.
I'll start from the beginning.
Make it official.
All right. She already walked you through this, but you're going to hear it again. So it says, welcome to the sight reading portion of Festival. Please make sure each stand has the following selection: American Spirit March. After the music has been passed out, please place the music print side down. I will then continue to read the sight reading rules. So double check that you have the right part. And that you don't have, the saxophones don't have a trumpet part, so double check that. Everybody set? All right. When I have finished reading the following rules, I will instruct you to view the music. You are allowed 5 minutes to study and discuss the sight reading music before you begin to play. I will give the director as many time signals as requested during these 5 minutes. The director is to choose the time intervals.
Just talk to my timekeeper and told them how to do it.
Okay. Members of the group and their director are not allowed to play any instrument except timpani for the purpose of tuning during this time or mark the music in any way. This time may be used in whatever manner the director sees fit, such as calling attention to key signatures, repeat signs, etc. The director may sing out phrases to illustrate how certain rhythmic figures should be played, and may answer the questions from individual players. Only one person may give instructions to the members of the ensemble at any given time. During the performance, the director is allowed to sing, hum, whistle, indicate rehearsal letters, or give any other verbal and nonverbal directions while the group is playing without penalty. Your playing will be judged in light of an overall musical performance. Stops to aid will also be evaluated in terms of the total performance. Following the adjudicator's comments, replace the music in the envelopes and remain seated until the music has been handed in. Good luck.
All right. You ready? Sure? Okay. Flip it over. Try to start now. Okay, so I see that we have 4 beats in a measure, and that our key signature is our typical one, the left concert, right? I'm scanning quickly, and I don't see anything that changes. I see no repeats, no changes at all. Did I miss anything that, anything big? No DS's, photos, anything like that. Okay, cool. I also see that everyone starts, this is kind of weird. In measure 1, everyone comes in, except for percussion, on beat 3. All right, so when I'm doing we start, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, rest 1, rest 2, and you start, da, da, and then you guys don't come in until measure 2. It's just really weird beginning. All right, lots of that half note rhythms. Really nothing weird. Why don't we start singing at the beginning, okay? Yes?
4 minutes remaining.
No, you come in on beat 3. That's a half rest. Where? No, that's a half rest. That's rest 1, rest 2, 3, 4. Okay? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, rest 1, rest 2. That's when you sing. Got it? 1. Finger along. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest 1, rest 2. Da, da, da. how to read music. And basically, the Lapeer Community Schools is giving them a good music education. So that's really the purpose of sight reading. All right, we should be receiving a phone call from our judge friends. Super awkward. Oh, there he is. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you? There's a weird feedback.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to need to turn my TV off.
Yes, that'd be smart. Do that. You want to what? You want to listen? No, it's not even the microphone. It's him.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot better. Dang, I wanted to hear myself talk over the TV.
You can go back and listen to the recording.
Yeah, so this is really different to critique a band this way. I don't usually get to sit in my pajamas with a cold Pepsi beside me and critique a band like this. But so can like the audience hear me and everything?
Yeah, it's all eyes on you. All
Oh,
ears.
gosh.
All ears on you.
All ears on me. So do you want me to talk about the pieces you played and the sight reading and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to keep us here all night. Just give us an idea.
Okay, idea. Mark Zuma. You know, I think the thing that I was impressed with two really big things in Mark Zuma. I was really impressed with the percussion section because from what I heard you say, this is the first time they played together.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah, is that. I thought the percussion did a really good job of keeping a good steady tempo and giving the band something to lock onto rhythmically so they could stay together. And another big thing that I was really impressed with, your clarinet section. They had a lot of really important things in this Mark Zuma, like at number 9, where they had all that kind of stuff. And even through the TV and all this recording and the sound wasn't the greatest, I could tell how solid the clarinet section was throughout the entire performance. I think that overall, rhythmically, the band did a really nice job with Mark Zuma. I think this both in Mark Zuma and in Medallion, I think the brass could blow a little bit more, but that could be what I was hearing through the recording too. I can tell just by listening and by even hearing it this way that not only are tones good in this group, but really intonation tuning was really quite good with this group. Also rhythmically, you were really quite solid. My one thing, and you're going to know this, Mrs. Fenner, that I'm going to complain about is I think that there could be more dynamic contrast in the music. You know, like Medallion Overture, you started out really good. Everything's really solid on there. And I was really waiting to hear what happened at number 17. I wanted to hear if number 17 was going to be really soft. And I think it can be softer when you get to number 17, so that when you come back into 25, the change in mind was much better. I thought that your style change at 31 in Medallion was very nice. I also thought that that section could be softer so that there's more of a contrast. Trumpets, you did a really nice job with the counter melody at number 39. And I liked how you came into the fermata leading into number 47. All that sounded very musical. And I think, again, the percussion was just solid as a rock at number 53, getting you back into the march tempo. And that set up the end of the piece. I thought you did a really nice job with that. Oh, guess what? At 61, it could have been softer again. Where it goes down to piano there, that could have been softer. Really solid ending with that. So that's kind of what I thought of the first two pieces. I think the band's tone overall is really quite good. I think that intonation-wise, you're really doing quite good. I think rhythmically with those two pieces, you were very solid. The biggest thing I'd ask you to work on is to make softer so there's more dynamic contrast in your performance. So the sight reading, that was way different. You know, when I was doing this, if I would have walked in with a 7th grade band and saw that the piece started on beat 3 instead of beat 1, I think every band director would have just kind of pooped their pants that day, because that's a scary thing to do, is just start on beat 3 and make sure that everybody just does that. But the method you used worked really good for it, and you did a nice job coming in on that. I think that one of the things the band discovered as they were sight reading today, it was especially evident towards the end of the piece, is that when you're sight reading, all the time that you are sight reading, you have to count very carefully. And oddly enough, where you have to really count is on long notes. Like when you have a whole note tied to a half note, you've got to make sure that you count all of that so that you come back in exactly when you're supposed to. Rhythmically pretty solid throughout the piece, except, boy, when we got to number 54, it was just a little bit shaky as we approached the end of the piece. But I thought your process was really good, that you did a really good job with the singing and fingering. And I mean, overall, for what you guys have had to work on this year, the way you've had to work on things this year, I think you did a really excellent job. Now, I'm going to say something else. I've judged for many years, and oddly enough, I judge sight reading more than I judge anything else. And one of the things that I've always kind of thought is that a band comes into place for me in sight reading, and I have to give the band a rating. But what I really think is true about sight reading is it's really not a test of the band as much as it is a test of has the teacher taught this band what they're supposed to know. And I'll tell you what, I don't think you guys could be any more lucky than to have Mrs. Fenner for your teacher. You can throw a pandemic at this girl and she's still excited about doing this every day and making sure that you guys are taught the way you're supposed to. And you should be really proud of how you performed tonight, and you should be really glad that you have Mrs. Fenner for a teacher. So, was that quick enough, Mrs. Fenner?
Thank you, Mr. Burns.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I thought do you want me to tell you what I think that I would give them?
Yes.
At Band Festival?
Yes, what would you score them?
In concert, I think I would most assuredly give them a first division rating, a one. Most assuredly, I give you an A in rhythm. Technique would probably be an A-, and interpretation, I'd probably give you a B or a B+. So that would certainly come up to an A. In sight reading, I think quite honestly, because of some of the counting problems that you had, I think I'd probably give this band a 2 in the sight reading room. But a 1 in concert and a 2 in the sight reading room is a 1 overall. And I think that that's probably what this band would get at festival.
Woo-hoo.
All right, well, thanks for letting me do this tonight. It was really fun to, it was really weird to sit at home and watch a concert on TV and then call in and critique it. But it's been a weird year.
It's going to be a festival to remember, that's for sure.
That is for sure. All right, well, thanks for letting me do this tonight. I appreciate being able to do this.
Everybody say thank you, Mr. Burns. Thank you, Mr. Burns. All right, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that went well. See, you were rock stars. Good job. Really, really good. So would you please take that sight reading music and pass it into your section. We're going to pass it in officially. And then hold your folders up in the air and Mr. Pritchett will grab them. While he does that, I just have a couple little things I wanted to announce tonight. Non-music related. Our fundraiser that we did a couple weeks ago comes in this coming Tuesday on the 23rd. It'll be delivered here to Rolland-Warner, and we're going to do a pickup from 2:15 to 4:30. And I will send an email to all of you confirming those exact times and where you'll pick it up and all of those things. It does require refrigeration of the things that the kids sold, so we really need you to pick it up on that day. Pretty please. And then also, we're going to do one more fundraiser that can go towards the kids' Mackinac trips, and that's going to be the discount cards that we sold last year, if you remember those. They're just for the local businesses here in Lapeer, and those will be started on Monday. So we're going to start that fundraiser on Monday. It will run for like a week after spring break. That one's super easy. You sell the cards, they give you $10, and then I'm getting 1,000 cards. Once I'm out of 1,000 cards, I'm out of 1,000 cards. So they can just turn the money in and I can give them the cards, and then they can bring them home to you. I'm not going to give them the cards up front, because that's just a recipe for them to lose them. So I'll wait, and there'll be a nice picture of it, so when they go and sell them, they can see the customer can see exactly what the discount card has on it. One other thing is I just wanted to put a little plug in for our band booster organization. We do have a group of parents that they're still active even through the pandemic. We meet via Zoom, I think at least once a month, maybe it's every other month. And the gentleman in the green right there, that's Mr. Slater. He is one of our booster on the board of our band boosters. And if anyone might be interested in seeing what they're all about, you can let me know, and we can just get you in touch with Mr. Slater. And because we are looking for some younger parents of younger students to get involved with our booster organization, because we've got quite a few band parents that this year and next year, their youngest is going to be a senior, and we will be losing them on our booster board. So anyway, if you're interested in that, let myself or Mr. Slater know. I think that was it. I guess that was it. So, what? Oh, the Wojos thing. It was in your program. And it's just a simple fundraiser we're doing right now. So if you buy flowers and you like Wojos, if you would please go and visit them on those days. A portion of it goes back to our band program. So that would be really great. Also, speaking of the programs that you have, I printed a ton of extra with the idea that with everyone that couldn't be here tonight because of the only 2 per kid, if you wanted to take some of those programs home to grandma and grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever, please grab some of those on your way out. All right, well, let's give the band one more round of applause. This was our third of 3 concerts tonight. So I talked to the kids during school today, and they all have a super quick job that they need to do to help get everything cleaned up. So if you could give them like 10 minutes to do that, I would be oh so appreciative. And let's go ahead and stand. And Ella takes the first row out. Thank you so much.